Hello, my name is Drew Provins, and this is my AT device presentation for this class, for this online class in the spring of 2018. This device is um, pretty easy, pretty simple to use. I brought together a couple things differently from other ideas that I've seen on the internet with other teachers, even parents, like videos of some sorts, and it's just been really helpful to really okay, how I make this unique for me. So I hope that this presentation gives a more clear understanding of that. If it is confusing, then I'm hoping that the words that I wrote on each slide will help kind of ease those confusions away. So without further ado, this is my presentation. Here are some pictures of the device, just kind of illustrating what is expected, or what is expected to be to show each kind of section of the device. On your right is kind of like what is expected of putting the sentence box in there. That's not the sentence box, but it's like it could be where the sentence box can go. It could also if they wanted to, using their binder, they could do that as well. Using the pictures on the front as well on the left is a more detailed look of what each section could be. So I mean, you can have a section for toys, you can have a section for, it shows food and signs, there's signs for stop and for go and for yield, and signs for crossing the road. There's road and building and store and home, and you can have all this. It even has one for, I mean, there's ones for activities on the very bottom, and basically what for math, for history, you can do for play, for recess, for lunch, for dinner, for breakfast, for drink. If they want to drink, I want or I need a drink, they could do that as well. And then basically kind of going through this whole section. You can even, like I said, in the slides to come, I will be talking about how you can even take this home, and how it even shows right here home activities. And these activities are not just for school. I really would suggest everyone being included in the device experience, I guess what you can call it, where it should not just be for the teacher. It should be for anyone and everyone who's going to be involved with this child or with this student. It would be that much easier for them. It's not just at one area of the day, it's for all areas, including home. Kind of gives parents as well, if they haven't done anything at home, if they do something different at home, then that's fine, but it would just be more easy and be more lucrative if this was taken to home as well. And these pictures just kind of give a glimpse of what is expected, what should be in the binder, what should be in the device. So those are the pictures of the device. AT device information. This part of the presentation is just talking about the different details of the presentation. Sorry, that was me scratching my beard. Basically, what this communication binder is needed for, it has a sentence box and Velcro binder on the inside and on the outside for communication needs. Basically stating that it's basically just an easier way to make it where the child, or the student, sorry, I'm about to say kid, can access just the different commands and communicational needs in an easy and simple way. Basically, that's all it's just stating. Each page is detailed to different areas of life. One page, like what I said before in the pictures, is just for toys or for activities, home activities, and activities basically meaning like for school. But you have at home activities, and you have like what you can have one for, and it could just be like environments, and you can talk about like or have like a building, office, playroom, classroom. It just depends on the needs of that student. Everyone's different, so everyone's going to be, everyone's going to think that the classroom could be considered something else. Like classroom can be considered a working room for someone else. It just depends on the needs of that student. So and I believe this device can be used for anyone, for everywhere and anywhere possible. It can be taken to any area of life. It's not just for the school. It can be at home as well. And I say that a lot because I think for me, I have a saying, and I don't know if this is for everyone, but for me, real change starts at home. So if this can be at home, that's where it's going to be changed the most, I think. School can be changed. They can, schools, teachers, they can change a lot of things, and I believe that they can do that. But I mean, parents at the helm or the guardians of that student, I mean, they can really make an impact if everyone's on board with this device, or with any device, really any device, low tech, high tech, no tech, anything. That's where the impact comes from. And it can have a latch or strap for mobile use in an environment, using it basically like a purse or something like that, where you can have it around the shoulder. I mean, you don't have to. You can have it where it can latches on, even on the backpack, if that's what they want to do. Make it, personalize it to where it's for that student. Like, however it is for that student to be in a way that they can communicate as easy as possible. That's what it's all about. So this is as much as information I can get from the AT device, and not a lot of information. It's very simple because it's not that, if this was an iPod or iPad or anything like that, this would be way more information. But because it's a binder, it's pretty simple to use, and that's all the information I have. There's more information out there, I'm sure, but for this specific device, this is what I have. So moving on from AT device information. This is the communication part of the AT device, and I also put it in Word form so that if anyone has to go and like basically summarize what this section is talking about, then they can just briefly look at it without having to hear my voice. So yeah, like this, the communication part should be some of the easiest to understand, because pictures and I call them word statements, like saying I need to go, or I need, or I want, while also showing a picture of that part of communication, will help ease them into understanding what they're trying to communicate and what you're trying to get out of them to communicate with. So the pictures and word statements are easy to find in their binder. I put it where there's each a section of pictures that are organized in the student's binder for different sayings, different commands. Like I think everyone kind of like does the same kind of thing. Like there's a social one where they're saying hello, goodbye, how are you? Transitional things that you would say like when communicating with someone. Basic though is like hi and bye, or I want, I need. Then there's a part or section of the binder that has like food items, like hamburgers, a huge thing. Chicken nuggets is another huge thing with in the school's cafeteria. If they brought their own lunch and sandwich, a juice box, water. Then there's like another one where it's like kind of like basically where it is anything that that's outside of what they normally would ask, like going to the bathroom or going to the office area. Like, I guess you can call it like areas of the school or areas of the environment is what you can call it, where if they need to go to the bathroom, they can, saying I need to go to, like, or I need bathroom, or I need to go to the bathroom, where there's different pictures for that in their binder where they can flip through, and all those pictures are basically velcroed on as well, so they can just easily just rip it, and then they can take it on their little sentence box thing and then play, or even on the front of their binder if they're right in front of you, if they need to. I saw a video of this little girl doing that same kind of thing. Kind of reminds me of my little girl. We did sign language basically for our little for my daughter Emma. We taught her how to say like please and thank you and more. Now she can talk, but during that time she couldn't. We didn't understand what she was trying to say. So to communicate, that's what we did. And that's what we're doing actually right now with our son. So it's just a lot easier to do that than to actually like try to get them to say like sign language. This whole device is, and I've seen other devices too, but mine's a little bit different, where I'm kind of combining other areas of other people's devices, kind of combining devices together. Yeah, so like, and the next part is like word statements are sectioned into simple sayings for easy communication. Like I said, like I want, I need, hello, goodbye, bathroom, like friend even, or student or classmate or something like that, where it can be really anything that they need. This whole thing is designed to communicate their needs, and each student's needs, depending on the student, has different needs. Like if they are emotionally disturbed, they might have a different saying than if someone has dyslexia, or if someone was using a wheelchair or using crutches, something like that, where they had to where their needs are a little bit different than other kids or other students' needs. Each student is different, so this whole thing is designed also to easily manipulate the sayings. So you don't have to have the same thing for everyone. It could be different, but there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be the same. Like I said before, the sentence box, which I'll get to that a little bit more with the special features. The sentence box creates for student precise communication, telling them exactly what needs to be said. So basically what that means is that instead of them trying to tell you, I think I know what I want, and you trying to say like, I think I know what you want, what you're telling them is like, what they're trying to tell you is, I know exactly what I want, and then your response should be, oh, I know exactly what you need or what you want. So this whole the sentence box, a little creation on the front of the binder, is created to for easy access around in whatever environment they're in. So if they're in the cafeteria, it's right there. If they're in a classroom, it's right next to them or really close to them. At home, if parents need to use it at home, like it's very easy to understand, really for everyone involved, including parents, which they should automatically be probably more so than us as the teachers, to understand all this communication devices and pictures. But I mean, it's pretty easy to understand, where the student can precisely, exactly tell you what they need, instead of guessing. It is it's more of a spot on kind of thing. Communication is easy because it allows the student to communicate specifically for them. Like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. Communication is different for everyone, so the picture should not be, oh, this is for everyone, universal. Everyone's going to be needing different things, you know, especially if, like, I remember being a para a couple of years ago, and one of the students, who was a boy, and a couple actually used diapers, and so they, instead of going to the bathroom, their going to the bathroom is different than if they needed to go like everyone else does without diapers. But because they have accidents, especially younger kids, their needs are going to be different than everyone else's needs. So communication, so vital for these students and for these children to, and it should be easy. And with this device, it does make it easy. I mean, I've literally seen, like, there was no, like I said, there was a video of a 3-year-old girl using this who was diagnosed with autism. I'm not really sure exactly what they were diagnosed with, but it was pretty obvious. I mean, this little girl was nonverbal, but she knew exactly what she was doing, and the mom was very much supportive. And actually, I think this was actually before she was in school. So I mean, if they already know, if they know what their child, like, my child is nonverbal, here's, they can even show the teacher. Really, the parent could probably even be the one showing the teacher and the administration first, instead of the teacher showing first, and building something off of that. So that's even better. So moving on to the next section. Accessibility. So the next section is about how and where you can take this new device, taking it almost virtually anywhere, and we'll get to that in a minute. It can be taken around from classroom, cafeteria, and even to their home. So if they're in one classroom, then that's even better, because then they'll have so much time to communicate their needs, and it'll be familiar with everyone. But if they have to take it from class to classroom, they can. It's just like a regular classroom notebook or binder. It can be taken and put in their bag, and or even carried. You can even put like a little latch. I've seen that happen. I've seen that around, where you can actually latch it onto their backpack, or even carry it like, I guess, like a purse, or just like another backpack. It can be, excuse me, it can be done virtually everywhere. Cafeteria wise, here's what I would do, honestly, is take the sentence box, take this little piece of laminated velcroed paper, and maybe take like a couple of sayings specifically for the cafeteria, and take it with them, or have them take it with them, maybe like in a little plastic baggie, or even I mean, you could take their binder, but it'd probably be better, because who knows what's going to happen in the cafeteria. Other kids are going to be there. They could take stuff. I know how kids can be. We all were kids once, so anything can happen in the cafeteria, especially it's so noisy, so many transitions happening, different grades happening, and even in some schools, the same grades, like different grades in the same cafeteria, can happen. So, and then the last of that is even to their home. Like they can take it home. They can take it anywhere. They can take it to the store. They can take it to their friend's house, so that their friends know, oh, this is what they want, or take it to their grandparents' house. I mean, they can take virtually anywhere they want to, where this device has a not just a specific area, but it's basically to their virtually anywhere. And it's easy to find pictures and word statements within their communication binder. Again, trying to make it where it's so literally within seconds. They know exactly what they want. they're going to piece it together, and they're going to say it exactly how they want to say it, instead of I think I know what I want to say. They're going to be I know exactly what I want to say. So pictures are put on the front of the binder or in the sentence box with Velcro to create fast and simple communication. Again, it's all about precise, simple, fast, easy, whatever you want to call it. The pictures are going to be where they can be taken out and put on the front of the binder, and usually that means that there's like three little spots. Like that's really all you need. You can make 4, you can make 2, but depending on how what they want to say, how intricate they want to say it, and how effective they want to say it, I would recommend just doing 3 little spots for Velcro pictures where they can say like I want, and then to go, and then bathroom, or I want food please at the very end, where this all of this is just like so that it can be easy and they know exactly where it's going, and do it quickly. The Velcro makes it where the words are put in order to ease with ease to communicate faster. So that basically what that means is they're not putting it, if it was not Velcroed, if this was just like in a regular order, the order could be so mixed up where they're like, instead of saying I'll use this for example because it's like perfect to what I'm trying to say, I need to go bathroom, right? Instead of doing that, it could be switched up where it's bathroom, I need to go, which also kind of makes sense, but it's not exactly what they like. You're like, okay, so you want to go to the bathroom, or to go bathroom, I want. It doesn't make any sense. But with the Velcro, it sticks to it, so it's you can't just like take it and it's gonna stay exactly where it needs to go. So it's gonna be in order, and you can put it around to where you can feel like, okay, this is really what you mean. You don't mean this, you mean this. And where in their head they can think, oh, that's, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I need. So that is the end of the accessibility section. Training for everyone involved. This device is easy to make, cost-effective, and simple to use. And that is so true. It does not take a lot of money. It does not take a lot of time to make this. You can literally make it within a day. And it can be, like I said, you can put any command you want in there to what the child's need is for. So it's pretty cool actually to do, because it's such a low tech device. Since the binder can be taken anywhere, training to use this device is not just at school, but virtually anywhere. I believe I said this were the accessibility section, and I just want to emphasize that again in the training for everyone involved section. Literally, you can take this to anywhere, and even if you lose it, you can make another one within, the time that they need to communicate. So like if they lost it like at home that night, you can make it yourself again, or you can be like, hey, teacher, or Mr. or Mrs. whatever, this is what happened. Billy, did this, didn't mean to. Oh, that's okay. Like we can make another one. It's pretty easy to make, especially if the parents are involved. If the parents are involved, it makes it that much better where they can give that immediate support. So each member of the educational team can make or have a copy of the communication binder. Kind of goes with the ones before that, because it's so easy to make and because it can be taken anywhere. It's it's really easy to have everyone give everyone a copy and be like, oh, this is kind of play around with it. The principal can play around with it, and they can be like, oh, okay, cool. And even if they didn't, like, let's say for instance, like, I'm going to use Billy as an example of a child's name. Billy forgot to bring his communication binder. Well, that's okay. And then they're going to go see the principal or the nurse. Well, that's okay. The principal has a copy, so here's one, right here for you, because of the training that the principal needs, or that team member needs. Then everyone has a copy of it, so everyone can be like, there's no loss of time to go back and forth between classrooms. And even if you lose one, well, we have an extra copy here. So I know that's probably like not as realistic as possible, but it could be done with enough effort and enough remembrance. I know that teachers and faculty staff and administration staff have a lot of duties, responsibilities. This is just kind of like for extra support. It doesn't have to happen, but it can definitely be a game changer if everyone is on board to do that, especially in a smaller school. Training could potentially be on the go, making it that more effective for the training process. Basically, here's what it means. You can literally train the child, yourself, or any member, not like on like one like scheduled meeting where everyone's involved. You can do that, but it can also be potentially on the go, where you're teaching them how to use this, basically practically, like smooth transition from each member of the team. So that's what it means by on the go. That you can literally do this while you're trying to communicate with them and teaching them. I would probably have it where you have at least one scheduled meeting before using this technology, and then like kind of like going through there, like whatever it's called, like this, there's an old saying like where baptized in fire, something like that. You're not thrown into the fire. There you go, thrown into the fire. You're not thrown into the fire. You have a scheduled meeting before, and then you're kind of like going along, and then you're making adjustments for that child. Like I said, like adjusting some word phrases or word statements or pictures where they need, making it more effective. So that is the training for everyone involved section. Special features. So this section is going to be really simple and easy to talk about. The only special feature for this device is called the sentence box. I really did not know what else to call it, because you can make a sentence out of it, and it's in a form of a box. So not literally a box, but it's like in a little laminated Velcro box. Excuse me. Sentence box is like I said, portable piece of Velcroed laminated paper that can be taken anywhere and placed on the front of the communication binder. Probably would want to have more of a sturdy paper with it. It would be laminated so that if they tried chewing on it, or if they did rip into it, everything else, it wouldn't be completely destroyed. It would be, or if it was trampled on or something like that, like it can be easily replaced. But I would use something like construction paper or something a little more sturdier than that to handle the. Because if they understand this quick enough, they can. This is going to be like the most used part of this device, because you can take it anywhere, especially if you have the sayings with you. Like if you going down a hallway and you're always saying that one, like there's one thing you're always saying, you just literally put it up to them and they understand it. Okay, cool, we're good. And it's Velcroed where there's little 3 sections. You can put more Velcro on there as much as you need. You can have like one strip of Velcro, or you can place like little patches of Velcro on there, so where you can give them as much, like however long the sentence can be. I would probably say 2 or 3 with lower grades as you keep progressing with the development of their communication. It could be even more than that. It could be by the time they get in 5th grade, 4 or 5. So they're saying more. They're saying more like difficult sayings, more intricate sayings. So, um, so it's going to be used more that way, and that is the special features part of this section. That is my presentation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this device, and if someone else wanted to use it for their classroom, I hope it gave some great ideas to utilize. I'm hoping that there's no confusion with this, and I hope that I really could explain myself furthermore. If there's any questions or comments, please put those as replies on the Blackboard. Please, only positive. If you're having constructive, like, hey, you could do this better, then I appreciate that too. But if it's like anything negative, I mean, I think we can all say, keep it to yourself. I mean, don't go in there and be like, well, man, this presentation sucks, which I know no one will do. But I mean, we're all adults here, so I mean, just anything positive would be helpful. I believe I'm looking at my time here. It's 31 minutes and 35 seconds and counting. So I'm hoping that this whole presentation is exactly what is needed in the rubric, and I hope that I'm hoping that I can look back on this and say, you know what, this is great. I'm going to tweak some things, make it even better. So again, thank you for letting me present to you my AT device.